100 English sentences. 1. Beg. Don't beg for things you don't need. Don't beg for what you can learn and achieve on your own. Don't beg for what you can work for. Don't make me beg for your help. Going out with her is what she begs her friends to do. He begged her not to leave him alone. He begged his friend to forgive him. He begged the landlord not to evict him. He begged the police officer not to give him a ticket. He begs for a raise every few months. He begs for attention from his friends. He begs for forgiveness every time he makes a mistake. He begs for silence during meetings. He begs his family for understanding. He begs his friends for understanding. He begs his teammate to pass the ball during practice. He begs the chef for the recipe. He begs the teacher for more time to finish the test. He is begging for a second chance at love. He is begging for forgiveness after his mistake. I beg of you, don't leave me behind. I beg of you, help me solve this problem. I beg you not to judge me. I beg you to let me try. I beg you to listen to my side. I beg you, don't go. I beg you, think about your future. I beg your indulgence as I explain. I beg your pardon, I didn't mean to interrupt. If you could just say yes, I wouldn't have to beg you to stay. Peace in her family is something she often begs for. Please don't make me beg anymore. Please don't make me beg for your attention. Please just say yes, don't make me beg. Please, I beg of you, listen to me. She begged for just a moment of his time. She begged her friend to keep her secret. She begged her piano teacher for a chance to perform solo. She begs her neighbors for help with groceries. She begs her sister for advice. She begs her teacher for extra credit. She constantly begs her boss for different kinds of responsibility, from leading projects to handling new tasks. She had to beg for forgiveness after the argument. She is begging for a little understanding. She is begging for a sign of hope. She is begging for some rest. She is begging to be included. She was begging for a chance to prove herself. She was begging for the pain to stop. She's always begging for attention at work. She's always begging for compliments. The accused was begging for mercy before the judge. The actor begs the director for a leading role. The athlete begged the coach for another chance in the game. The beggar found shelter in the old abandoned house. The beggar sat on the corner, asking for coins. The beggar smiled when he received a warm meal. The beggar thanked everyone for their kindness. The beggar thanked everyone who gave him spare change. The beggar was given a hot cup of coffee. The beggar was given a place to stay for the night. The beggar was grateful for the blanket. The beggar was happy to receive some bread. The beggar was happy to share his story. The beggar was invited to have a warm meal. The beggar was offered a job by a kind stranger. The beggar wore tattered clothes and looked hungry. The beggar's eyes were full of hope. The beggar's hands were cold and shaking. The beggar's hat was full of coins. The beggar's life was full of hardship. The beggar's sign read, "Anything helps." The beggar's story inspired many to help. The beggar's story moved everyone who listened. The boy begged for another chance after failing. The boy begged his coach to let him play. The boy begged the lifeguard to let him swim. The child begged for a bedtime story. The child begged her parents for a puppy. The children are begging to visit the science museum on the weekend. The children are begging to watch one more show. The children were begging for ice cream on a hot day. The dog begged at the vet for a treat after its checkup. The dog begs whenever there's food around. The girl begged her brother for help with her homework. The journalist begs editors for more impactful assignments. The kitten kept begging for attention. The little girl begged for her favorite dessert. The man begged his wife to forgive him. The man begged the doctor for good news. The neighbor begs the gardener to water her plants. The old man was begging outside the supermarket. The puppy is begging for a walk. The student begs the principal to reconsider his expulsion. The visitor begged for directions to the art museum. The woman begged the cashier to accept her coupon. They begged their parents for a pet. Tourists were begging for information at the station. Whenever she enters the kitchen, the cat starts begging for treats. While he learns, he begs for patience.